All right, we're back with another video, guys. Today's video is about the obsession of acting tough. And that's something I've always wondered myself personally, why young men especially try to act tough. They think if you don't act tough, then you're a pussy. And I think a lot of people are pretending. I think the obsession with acting tough has landed a lot of people to throw away their lives, get themselves in trouble, and really just ruin opportunities for them. And I've never really understood it. I think it's kind of stupid. Why do I need to be tough? I feel like that almost invites problems because this obsession has probably led men to situations that have, this obsession to be tough has probably led a lot of young men to situations that have been physically harmful to them. And I, for one, am not putting my physical health in trouble for my reputation, for cool points, for street cred, for none of that. I don't give a shit. I want to wake up tomorrow, get some money, and live a nice a nice life of luxury. That is my goal. So let's get into this video that breaks it down and see why a lot of people may choose to behave that way.
Dudes are really trying to act hard in our current year. Now, in no means am I saying I'm tough, because I'm not. Let's get that out of the way. I'm sweeter than grandma's cookies. I mean, look at my channel mascot, and plus I'm a YouTuber. Shit is very sweet around here. Now, there really is some people I've seen in my lifetime that really act like they're real demons amongst us when they're not, they're fakes. And even people on the internet as well. Now, we'll start with the term a fake demon. Now, what is a fake demon, you ask? Somebody who actually thinks they do the most demonic shit ever. But in reality, they're charming, ultra soft with smooth tear. They'll always try to portray themselves as the scariest dude on the planet, or that you shouldn't mess with them. But yeah, I searched up sweeter than sugar on TikTok, and I was curious to see what came up, and this is what I found. I don't care, keep going, be my toy, or I'm doxing you and swatting you.
Oh, wow.
What the hell? Do me a favor, just go in Roblox right now and look down at your shirt. You got a cute little cat on your shirt and you're saying all this shit. Like, you're not tough, bro. You're just a chud. You're really gonna dox people over Roblox? Yo, you gotta get it together, bro.
Quit shining the light at me.
I'm sorry, but turn around.
Really?
At first glance, you're walking down the street at night. Some dude that looks like this pulls up on you. You're gonna be shitting yourself. Well, I would at least, because look, man, I'm sweet, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really just prefer it to be peace and tranquility over here.
I agree.
In this situation, I would have ran already, or I would have been like speed walking. But this guy confronted him, and this is what happened. Okay, I'd sound like a top 5 channel.
You want to play this game today? All right, come here.
And now he's done, just like that. He said, come here, and instantly folded like a MacBook Air. Dudes are really fake demons. This guy looked so menacing at first, chasing him down, or not chasing him down, but he was like walking in his direction. But that was an instantaneous fold, bro. It wasn't even a second. Next, we gotta talk about the internet thug. This dude really acts like he commits crimes on the daily. But in reality, we all know he's trolling and is only tough when talking behind the screen. They'll really threaten to dox you, beat up your entire family bloodline, pretend to be badass and about that life online. But of course, when it comes to real life, they come across somebody on the internet that doesn't play, and they have to go toe-to-toe with them. They just duck.
What I tell you, a lot of this obsession to acting tough has led a lot of men to physical harm. I don't understand it, y'all. I think it's pretty pointless. I think it's dumb, but that's just my opinion.
Even though they were the person that was like, yo, drop your addy right now, as they're like talking shit to them in the game. Fake crash outs. Sometimes emotions really get the best of us. But here's a reenactment of the fake crash outs. Hypothetical crash out. That's the level of impact their crash out has. Even though they make it the biggest deal in the entire world, they gotta tell the world they're about to crash out. Their favorite phrase is really, on God, I'm about to crash out. Customer service is giving them a hard time. On God, I'm about to crash out. They put dill pickles on their burger. On God, I'm about to crash out. There was a whole meme in 2024 about how people who said that had photos like this in their living room. And look, man, I'm not gonna lie. I probably got some photos like this in my living room. So hey, if you're putting on a front, bro, stay in your lane. There's nothing wrong with being a good kid. You don't have to put on this front of being a menace every second of the day. Although I don't have any examples online, I have some examples from real life. This is not just an online occurrence. In 2022, I encountered my first fake crash out slash fake demon. So I was working on the shift at a grocery store. I was tired, it was late, I was ready to go home. Then all of a sudden, this fake Karen crash out comes in and just starts talking crazy to the person at the customer service desk. I feel like they weren't really crashing out, but the crash out was brewing. Like they were beginning the meltdown phase. They were yelling and throwing a temper tantrum. Over the way, one of the cashiers bagged something. That cashier may have been me, because she went right to the customer service desk and just started threatening to fire the lady that was working there. And at first I was worried, like, damn, am I really gonna get this lady fired because I bagged something so shittily? But then she didn't really seem worried. She's like, yo, you're not gonna do shit. You know, although this Karen trope is like ran into the ground at this point, like it's real. I thought this shit was
very real. Karens exist. Seen some on body cam footage, seen some in real life. I've never understood it, man. Never understood it. Like, do you think that just because you have a grievance, the world's supposed to stop for you? That's the pure Karen mindset. Tattletelling as a grown adult, etc.
Although this Karen trope is like ran
Very
into the
real.
ground at this point, like it's real. I thought this shit was an internet exclusive my whole life. Moral of the story, she didn't do shit, man. She was just going on a temper tantrum for nothing, man. Fake crashing out.
It's an adult
Nobody
temper
got
tantrum.
fired. This was the stupidest shit ever. One time, all right, we were in the middle of the burbs, man. Just straight suburban area. Like I said, I'm from the burbs. Shit is hella sweet over here. But I guess someone had this dude over, you know, he had a few drinks. Okay, not a few drinks. But when he went outside, I don't know who he was feeling like, because immediately he just started pointing finger guns at the neighbor's house. They just started going like, bow, bow, bow. Like, are we serious? This dude's really acting like he has sticks. Bro, you have no sticks for nobody. Am I crazy for including this in the video? Like, yo, this dude, we're in the middle of the suburbs, man. And then a few minutes later, there was a cop car that showed up. I don't think anything happened because, yeah, he was just a drunk idiot. But if somebody was there to press him, he's folding immediately, bro. I could just tell. If a real demon showed up, somebody who really did not mess around, come on, like he would have folded. Was he trying to act tough? I don't know what the goal of that was. Next we got the when my eyes turn red, run. They really think they're part beast and they're super dangerous. This internet trope is too funny. They really think they're seeing red, when in reality, bro, they're not gonna do shit. I don't even know how this phrase came to be, but nobody is running. They really think
Who the
they
hell
have a
says
goddamn dark side or something, and they're just stowing it away like an anime villain. Now, I don't think anybody in real life unironically says this shit anymore, because it's just getting made fun of on the internet like crazy. But there were really days I've seen people like see red or like do an anime villain transformation, and that shit would go viral. But if you hear that today, like, you're not taking that shit serious, that you would just think they're sweeter than sugar. It really sounds like a 90s movie trope. It's that corny. Ego lifters. There's nothing wrong with lifting a 12-pound weight if that's all you can do. Everybody's at a different point currently in weightlifting. And if people hate on you for being lower than them in weight, that's just lame. Form is really everything in the gym, or else you're not even gonna get stronger. You're just gonna feel pain. All pain, no gain is really what ego lifters go through, just to look tough in front of everybody. Some dudes will really have the worst form of all time. They'll just swing around 50-pound weights and not even be able to handle it. They'll have terrible form because they're not strong enough. Just because you got 50-pound weights in your hand when you can't even control it, that doesn't make you look tough.
The 105s?
Yeah, whole lot of nothing is going on in this clip. He's really just moving this shit from point A to point B. There is no muscle being built. Like, it's not even going down to his chest. Can you even consider this a rep? This is really what it
They
looks like when
started
I'm at
set at
failure.
failure.
I got nothing left in the tank. Now, I don't know if he's trying to impress others or if it's just like a self-pride thing, but I don't know, ego lifting to me is just not tough. Just slugging around weights with like terrible form. But if you have solid form, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's pretty impressive. Like, of course, push yourself, but sometimes there's really levels to this gym shit, because you could really get hurt if you're not doing it correctly.
Literally
If YouTube
could.
is listening, don't do this. Please. You will seriously get hurt. Nobody's gonna care that you're lifting small weights. You risk getting a career-ending injury. You know, God forbid that happens, but it could. Next, we gotta talk about tough guy or alpha males, whatever you want to call them.
I was literally diagnosed as somebody that's fearless. Yeah. I felt like I was a god.
I've talked about them before in videos. Okay, I made a whole ass video on tough guys. But one tough guy in particular really fits the fake demon category. King Azule.
That point on, my dad knew he couldn't take me. Now I was 13. He picked up a stick, a wooden stick, and he went to hit me over the head. And I did this, and it broke.
Yeah, it just broke. He just put his hand up and grabbed grabbed it, and that's it. No more
grown
wooden
as
stick.
fuck, dude.
This dude just had that brute force strength to just break it with one grab from his hand.
And then I took it out of his hand, threw it on the floor, kicked him in the leg, picked him up, and threw him on the coffee table. Coffee table broke in half. That's
He was hypothetically 13. He's talking about how he broke the coffee table. He lifted his dad.
What?
Okay, let's get this out of the way. He looks like he would beat my ass now, for sure. But you know, to the first time viewer, this might look like a real story. Once you hear more and more podcast clips, you'll know he's just straight bullshitting.
the fractions that you cause with hitting the bone thickens the bone. I used to sit there and hit my shins with a hammer all fucking day. All fucking day.
You would sit there and hit. Okay, no. Now I know you're trolling. That's really the equivalent of saying, yeah, punch lockers for fun. This dude is really an anomaly.
So they don't fuck up their hands by hitting somebody's head. Your head is the strongest bone in the body. And if you train it and bang it enough for a whole year, it becomes 4 times thicker. When we hurt people, and I learned that at a young age. That's what I learned from the Shaolin monks.
What is this dude even on about? How many concussions
people out
has he
here that
gotten in
believe
his
him.
lifetime? This dude is really speed running concussions. But if he didn't really say anything ridiculous, I wouldn't even question it. I mean, he looks like he would beat my ass. But the reason I want to cover this again is because this is what happens when you cap on the internet. People don't take you serious. But despite him saying F students are inventors, and only the F students were capable of inventing crazy things, nobody else, he got invited to be a guest speaker at a school. I don't know how he pulled this off. And now he's on his motivational speech arc, and he was getting trolled the entire time.
I wake up in the morning before the sun. I wake up to say hi to the sun.
That's
They
bad.
really acted like it was the toughest
That's
thing ever
bad.
spoken. Just to troll.
That's
I don't know. They were
bad.
just trolling, bro. They all had their phones out trying to get a clip. But yeah, some dude that's been getting trolled and memed on the internet goes to your school. That's a viral clip right
should
there.
be a
I mean,
wake-up
I believe it,
moment
bro,
for
that he
you.
woke up in the morning before
Getting
the
roasted
sun.
by
Says
children.
hi to the sun. Yeah, I felt that, bro.
I run a cold shower. I go into a cold shower just to get my body going. I go for a run, I go for a workout, and all of that is done before 6:30 a.m.
This should have been a wake
This
up
is
moment
what happens
for you.
when someone that says the F students are the inventors of the world goes to a school. You know, at least it was entertaining. He was really brightening people's days at the very least.
No, that is absolutely hilarious. That should have been a wake up moment for this dude. But yes, this is what acting tough gets you. You get mocked, laughed at. People think you're ridiculous, especially as an adult. Now I can understand like maybe like a teenage boy because you have you're going through puberty and angst, teenage angst. But as an adult, you're still trying to be tough. You clearly have nothing to lose. You clearly have a boring life. It's not very exciting, not very fulfilled. And then you're going to turn out with like this guy. This is the great example of what not to do. I think the biggest takeaway here is just be yourself, bruh. Just be yourself. You ain't got to be tough. And in the real world, as an adult, I'll tell you, no one gives a shit. No one cares. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll be back with another video.